to play some songs up here. It's just Q&A. Last week, people can put their hands up eventually. And then we're gonna come out, take a big group photo, and then sign some stuff and walk around. So I think we're gonna start with some music. David, what song do you want to play first?
Jacob, you call it.
Let's see. Let's change it up. Let's do Drifting.
I need to hear Slim.
Sorry, baby, I just don't know the words or how to calculate it down. Was it really past tense? I heard, or was it present perfect? Maybe we could forget the time you faced that friend without me, and maybe we could go back to mine, pretend it never happened. Whoa, but the body's out of time. Say it will be fine. I just can't find the line. Whoa, I don't know what to say when you throw it all away. Sorry, baby, I'm drifting. Could you repeat the question? No, I guess I do not know when it first became a problem. I'm sorry that it's all such a mess. The words they seem to leave me, I didn't really quite catch the rest. Not keen on it repeating. Whoa, but the body's out of time. They say it'll be fine. I just can't find the line. Oh, I hope I know what to say. When you throw it all away, you throw it all away. Sorry, baby, I just don't like the words. Was it really just text I heard? Maybe we could forget the time. Maybe we could go back to mine. When I think that I'm drifting without you, drifting. When I think that I'm drifting without you, drifting. When I think that I'm drifting without you. When I think that I'm drifting without you, drifting. And now I know that you've been gone.
Thank you, everybody. We're now going to ask for some questions. Does anyone have any questions?
Not a single one of mine.
If you do, you can raise your hand. You were the first one to raise your hand.
I'm curious, what's y'all's like rehearsal schedule like? Like whenever you're rehearsing for like tours or just like in general?
Yeah, we have oh yeah, so to repeat the question, it was about what our rehearsal schedule is like. And in this band, we have a very specific rehearsal schedule, which is pretty much for the last decade. As long as we've been a band, we've been practicing every single Tuesday and Thursday.
No, we were on Saturday. There was a while.
There was at least every Tuesday.
It's at least 2 days a week.
Yeah,
sometimes
plus
three.
others.
But weren't we Thursday and Sunday for?
We've changed it up.
Yeah, we've changed it up, but basically it's like at least 2 days a week. We've pretty much had a consistent practice schedule for the last 10 years.
Yeah, we have learned recently that this is fairly unusual.
We haven't really met anyone else, any other bands who do this yet.
I think it's more common for bands to like work on stuff and not really meet up or meet up sporadically, and then before a tour get together and play really consistently leading up to the tour, and then after the tour work on stuff. I don't know if there's any other bands that meet as consistently all the time for a decade.
I think it's something that's more like a lot of bands when they're more amateur and they're starting out, they do with like this consistent meetup thing because like that's what we did and we just like held on to that. And then I think like more professional bands, what they'll do is they'll like I guess they meet up to like write and record a bunch of stuff and they'll do that in a batch and like for pre-tour they'll meet up for like a couple of weeks and just rehearse. But I don't know, we just like the regular. We like hanging out. You know?
We're professional amateurs. touches.
One thing we've added to our rehearsal schedule is pizza.
Yes.
So before there was no pizza, and sometimes it got tense, and then there was pizza, and then all that tension was.
And there's a little mini fridge that has like drinks in it now too. Got like bubbly and beer,
yeah.
and it's a lot better. It's a lot nicer.
Yeah, that's one thing that we definitely upgraded as we became more professional, was just making sure that we got food at rehearsal. It really helps everyone show up and be the best selves.
But also, rehearsal doesn't mean we're just practicing for tour. Rehearsal means we're working on whatever we're currently working on. So, if it's 2 weeks before the tour, then rehearsals are definitely drilling the songs. But then when we come back from tour, rehearsal means we're working on new songs.
Any other questions? Ooh, yeah, right there.
What bands do you guys listen to like warm up or hype up, or what are do you have any like pre-show bands? That you listen to?
Any pre-show bands that hype you up?
Yeah, well, you'll hear later, there's a playlist that we'll play, and all the things on that are stuff that like we like and hypes us up.
I have such a different.
We hope it hypes you up.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know. I remember there was one show I did at Phoenix in Valley Bar. This was like 2 years ago. And before the set, I had these big Bluetooth headphones. And when I was going on to set stuff up, while it was like 20 minutes before going on stage, I had a pre-show playlist, and I had just turned it up so loud, and I blocked everything out, and was just like getting all my drum stuff ready. And I think on there was everything between like very loud J-rock and like Rimsky-Korsakov, Scheherazade. Does anyone know this piece? It's by like a late Soviet composer. I turned this up very loud as well. It gets pretty hype, especially.
It's like a band chart, right? Like I think we played it in like.
Yeah, there's
in, like,
a
high
band
school.
chart. Another one is Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. That one's so hype. Especially if you turn it up very loud, it gets very intense.
For me, it's been the Game of Thrones audiobook. Pretty hype. Rock and roll.
What about you, Jacob?
What?
What about you?
Honestly, I don't really listen to music ahead of a show to get hype. I just like.
You don't listen to music?
No, I love music. I mean, I had a pretty big hand in this pre-show playlist, but I don't really like.
I feel like it's all hype. It's like all hype Jacob
No,
music. Like, I thought that's what got you going.
I mean, I like it. It's just, it's weird. I want to, this is maybe not, I shouldn't tell this story, but I once got into a fight. A kid like called me out on the street. He's like, I want to fight you. And then I was like, I don't really want to fight this kid, but he was really adamant about fighting me. So I did.
Like, hold on, let me just listen to these tunes.
Yeah, no, legitimately, I did. I was like, I need some angry punk music to hype me up to fight this kid that I don't want to fight. And we didn't end up fighting, but I was listening to this band called Death From Above, and they have a song called Turn It Out, and it's like very, very aggressive.
Did you end up playing rock, paper, scissors?
No, we just ignored each other.
Wait,
Anyway.
fun story about the band they're called Death From Above 1979, and apparently they're from Toronto, when they first formed, they were just called Death From Above. And then after they gained some notoriety, there's a record label in LA called Death From Above Records that sued them. So then they contacted a lawyer, and they figured out that they only needed to change 5 characters in their name to get out of this lawsuit. So they appended to the end of their name 1979, just to get out of this lawsuit. And that's what they went with.
Let's play another song, guys. What do you guys?
Do you want to do?
Want to do everything?
Yeah.
You can do everything.
I just got a screen.
It was a city of trade from the year it was made, and then it started to decay. But I'm still here. I lost everything, but I know that it will fall to the crumbling walls. And it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in withdrawal, so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I'm not good and it's stone. And it's all that is left to me. Love songs cover the song. that I'm still here. I lost everything, but I know that it will fall on the crumbling walls. And it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in withdrawal. So are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I write your name into stone and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover the song, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me.
You show off.
And that's why we practice twice a week.
Any other questions for the audience? You right there in the goop hoodie, yeah.
What type of pizza?
What type of pizza?
Usually barbecue chicken and margarita. Those are the two.
In my book, there are only 3 legal ingredients on pizza. It's black olives, pepperoni, tomatoes. Nothing else.
What about pineapple?
It's already in the sauce.
That is why it's legal.
It's like whatever. I know it's like a controversial. Hawaiian pizza is really good.
Not that controversial.
It's also not Hawaiian, it's Canadian.
It's actually technically.
It's from Canada. I went to Hawaii,
I don't know, man. I've never seen a pineapple tree in Canada.
but the brand of pineapples they put are called Hawaiian. That's why it's called
It was a Canadian invention. Sorry, guys. You should all know that.
I wonder if there are any pineapple trees in Canada. I know that there's banana trees in Iceland. If you go on Wikipedia, there's an article dedicated
Iceland
to
is
the
great.
production of bananas in Iceland. And most of them are in the University of Reykjavik, but they do grow them.
The things you learn at the Good Kid VIP.
Are there any other questions? Favorite movie? Let's go down the list. Michael, what's your favorite movie?
Come back to me after.
David?
No, mine are really pretentious. I really like. I went.
Just have fun.
Yeah, me too. I went to school for film, so but I really like big. I like Die Hard and movies like like things where things
that's so
explode, and then I like but also movies like Orlando is really good. There's The Lion King.
It's a good movie. You got one. Jacob, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite,
Yeah,
okay,
one.
the most fun I ever had watching a movie was The Rave Redemption. I don't know, it's like an action movie that is essentially like a video game where it's like going through the levels of a hotel that is like run by a gang, and it's like a SWAT team that goes in and they're like making their way up essentially to the top in the final boss, and it's just like one of the best, it's like, I don't know if it's the best movie ever, but as an entertaining experience, it was like, goddamn, it was
Might be
fun.
the best action movie.
Yeah, and then choreography is incredible.
I think I would go with The World's End. I don't know. I've seen it a bunch of times, and every time I watch it, I still think. Not to be confused with This Is the End, which came out the same year. It was also a comedy about the end of the world, but was not as good. The World's End. Yeah, I've seen it a bunch of times, and every time I watch it, I just see like new stuff in it. So I really like it.
I did not go to school for film, so my favorite movie is Space Jam.
It's a great movie.
So bad.
And to play the theme from Space Jam. Does
to.
anyone know it?
If you wanna jam.
No, I don't know. Just checking.
I think my favorite. I really don't like rewatching movies, but the most excited I was in a movie in a long time was this movie called The Sound of Metal, about a band. It's a metal band. It's a drummer and a guitar player, and then the drummer wakes up one morning and loses his hearing, and it's a crazy movie. It's really, really good.
Like Beethoven lives upstairs, but like. You guys know that movie?
Yeah, no.
Isn't that the one about the dog?
The dog does not use your...
Is there a song you want to hear? Orbit? Okay, we're just gonna do the first one that you guys.
Okay. You should have yelled. I should have just yelled. I should have just yelled. You remind me of somebody.
I've been thinking I can't quite get enough time on the inside of the cycle that you spin with gravity and dust. I'm falling in between the planets and the sun into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. Now these spaces filling up with satellites that I can't keep track of, and I get the feeling I'm not quite made of the right stuff to float between the rings of cosmic metal love into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you.
Sequence.
That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds
Thank you guys. Any other questions? Ooh, you in the back there. Sorry, yeah, you right there.
I got here kind of late. I don't know if anyone asked this already. How did y'all meet?
How did we meet? We all met, the short answer is we all met at university when we were studying there, at University of Toronto. But we all met different people, like Michael and Jacob were in a German play together.
Wow.
The long answer is that we fought through many trials, went on a large quest, and came out
The real long answer is we all met in university.
I would like to get to a point where every time someone asks us where do we meet, we come up with a completely new story.
I was trying to do that.
I'm actually David's dad.
Well, it's stepdad. Stepdad.
That's really funny, because I'm David's mom.
I'm not related to any of these guys.
Mama y Papa.
I hate when you two fight.
Any other questions? You with this? Oh.
You got people pointing at you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Oh, of course. What is y'all's songwriting process? Do one person like, oh, I have an idea, and y'all like, oh, I kind of like it, or I don't, or y'all all jam together and just figure it out?
The first one.
It's more the first one. It's normally like someone will come with like an idea, and sometimes that idea is a full song. Sometimes that idea is like a hook, or it's a verse and a chorus, or it's just a verse. Sometimes it's just a chord progression, and then we all jam on it for like a few years, and then at some point it'll be ready.
Honestly, I think it's kind of a combination of both of what you were saying. Usually the songs start the first way, where somebody in the band will bring like a skeleton or like lyrics or riffs that fit together, and then we'll all play together continuously for a very long time on that until it forms into something.
One way I would describe it is that all 5 of us are songwriters, and none of us are session musicians. So I can't write bass, Jacob can't write drums, so eventually we do have these like seeds and ideas, and then we bring it to the space and we all kind of roll it together and it becomes what it is. Yeah.
Any other questions? You with the split hair, the like black and...
Thank you. What do y'all like about Texas?
What do we like about Texas? That's a nice question.
Just the whole thing.
He's going with the safe answer.
Buc-ee's.
I think we do love Buc-ee's.
For me, the answer would be Stubbs Barbecue. It's the best barbecue I've had.
Wait, was the question, what do we think about Texas?
What do you like about it? It assumed we
what do
like
we
it,
about
and then we're
Texas?
answering.
I mean, today the sun. I love the sun. I've actually been coming to Texas since I was very young. When I was a little kid, I had some family who lived here. So like, I think I first came here at the age of 4 or something. So Texas holds like a special place in my heart. I really like it here.
I also really like it here, actually. I think we like touring around America. We've toured, we've seen a fair bit of it at this stage. And Texas, all the cities we've been to, it feels like a really unique culture. Like it really feels like a different country than the States in a way that's like very lovely and approachable and fun. So yeah, I saw a rodeo here once and it was fucking amazing. So fun. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think for me, genuinely, it's the people. Like I think you guys, like Nick said, there's definitely a different culture and different vibe in Texas than the rest of the states. And I don't know, you guys are very down. Like every time we've come to Texas, you guys are so down to have fun. And I mean, a lot of places are just down to have fun. You guys are even more so. I feel like you don't have as much like, how do I say? Maybe like you're not as self-conscious as other. And yeah, you don't have as many hang-ups as other cities. There's no one like in some cities like maybe I'm not gonna trash. I won't trash other cities. I'll just say some cities it feels like people are worried about looking cool or acting cool or something, and then they like maybe don't want to dance at the show or something like that, or they're worried about like how they're being perceived. But I feel like here you guys, you love to dance, you love to sing along. Maybe it's like all the country stuff and like the line dancing.
There's a bigger folk music tradition here than in other parts of the country.
Anyway, it's awesome and it's great to play and meet you guys.
To me, it's same as what these guys have said, but also just like specifically the people that I've met in Texas have been wonderful. I remember the first time I went to Austin, I went just walking through a neighborhood, and it was like a vintage clothing store market, and I look over and someone's sitting on their porch, and they said, "You have a good morning." And I was like, I almost cried. I was still crying. Yeah, anyone in Toronto would be like, "Hey."
Toronto's cool.
You guys say good morning here. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Also, last time I was in Texas, we played a show. I think it was in Houston. I was really, really excited, and after the show, me and the opening band. I walked into a tattoo shop, and the opening band was there, and I was like, "We should get matching tattoos. What are you looking at?" And they point at a cactus. I'm like, "That's perfect. We're in Texas. We're getting a Texas tattoo." So we all got this Texas. As we walk out of the tattoo shop, we're all excited, we're taking pictures, and then the guy who tattooed us comes out with a cigarette. He's like, that's an Arizona thing, right? So, yeah, we love Texas.
Girl with the split hair, what song would you like to hear?
Swing song.
No pressure.
The pressure. Osmosis.
Osmosis?
Yeah! Oh, that's a good one. Oh my goodness. Great choice.
It's not the same when I'm with you. Up and up, I fall right through. I came out a different shade of blue. It's not the same when I'm with you. But it's always a surprise when the tide comes in. When the tide comes in, it's always a surprise. surprise when you call again. When you call again.
Slide those bases off.
How long's the shoreline anyway? I measured every other day. Time washes all my work away. How long's the shoreline anyway? But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when the tide comes in. When the tide comes in, it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when you call again, when you call again. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when the tide comes in. When the tide comes in, it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when you call again. When you call again. Oh, I'm not supposed to answer. I'm not supposed to know. The silence answer I've got, so let it go. No, I'm not supposed to answer. I'm not supposed to know. I'll let the silence answer I've got, so let it go now.
We're gonna do a big group photo now, and then we're gonna run around and sign stuff.
Big group. And Ryan in the back there is going to help direct us. Man with the camera.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's so nice.